We got a little
Or it's
gnat
very
running
hard.
around here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's a
right.
great scene. Second great scene.
Monologue. We're doing monologues, not great
Monologue.
scenes.
That's right.
Great
That's
scenes
right.
are different.
Dirty Harry,
Dirty Harry. This is when he's about to shoot this dude.
the first one. And this guy, phenomenal actor.
Clint
One
Eastwood.
role that just kind of typecast you and you never do anything.
I have a question. This guy actually. Okay, fun fact. This guy is in Deep Space Nine and plays probably the best character. The guy that plays this killer
in costume, though.
in like alien makeup plays
Yeah.
Garrick, who's this super spy guy pretending to be a tailor and just lies about everything. And he's like, "Why tell the truth when a lie will do?"
Yeah.
That's his tagline.
In Deep Space Nine.
And
Dang.
yeah.
But yeah, after this, he can't have his real face and stuff because I
Right.
mean, he played a pedophile.
And a serial killer, and
Yeah,
just
like,
the worst dude.
just the worst.
Just the worst dude ever.
And nobody can put that on their nose, that bandage on their nose after this movie.
Well, he pays like this ex-boxer to beat him up in a basement, so he can blame the cops for beating him up, and so he's like even more horribly disfigured in this movie. Like, it's a kind of weird movie, but has Clint Eastwood ever played the bad guy? Like, I was thinking about, like, there's some famous actor, Peter
Unforgiven's the closest one I can think of.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which we that movie we did before,
Yes,
but
yes.
yeah, that's almost every like actor that's known for like playing the hero.
Yeah.
is always they want to have one good role as a villain, like because it's fun, it's different, and it's unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you get typecast like this guy. Get typecast as the villain.
Yeah.
And I mean, he does it well. He's a good face. And the guy Garrick, he's good, but he does a lot of bad things.
Right.
Like the ends justify the means for this guy, for sure.
All right,
And
let's watch it.
but this guy's horrible. He's the worst.
He's the worst.
He's the worst.
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5?
It's a great angle.
Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you could ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
I love that laugh. He's like,
Yeah. The guy,
because he was playing a game. Like, some people get so crazy and mentally disturbed that they're playing the game, and the only way to end that game that they're playing is to end them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to acknowledge that. Like a lot of people who are pacifists, they can't get past that. Like, some people have to die,
Right.
because they are going to kill you.
Right.
Like, and that's such a great example of that. Like, he literally tells him, "I'm holding the most powerful handgun known to man that will blow your head clean off.
Right.
And I don't know if I fired 5 shots or 6. So the only question you got to ask yourself is if you think you're lucky that I fired 6 and I don't have another shot, so pick up that gun and try to shoot me."
I think he knows how many shots he has left. Like
Oh, yeah. Clint knows.
Yeah.
Clint knows.
In the beginning of the movie, this is actually the exact thing he says at the beginning of the movie to some guy.
Right.
And he doesn't have any shots left.
He
And-
wants to kill some bad people, so
Right.
he kind of like eggs them on.
Right, exactly.
This is what Clint does.
And although, like, the first, the way when he does that, he says that exact same thing. This guy's probably, if he said it twice, he's probably said it 100 times to everybody.
And he counts every time he
Right.
shoots.
Yeah. He's okay. Is this the time? Who knows?
We
But
gotta get by with
the
this.
first time is more badass because we presume he knows he doesn't have any bullets.
I mean, he's eating in a diner,
Yeah.
right? The first time.
Yeah.
You're talking about the first time,
The
right?
first time, yeah, a diner, and it gets robbed, and
Yeah.
he shoots a bunch. He comes back.
Is it a black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, right?
And she
in
puts
broad daylight.
The waitress puts like a shitload of
No
sugar
fucks.
in his coffee, and he doesn't like sugar, so that's why he comes back. Because like the restaurant's being held up, and it's very similar to like what it was in Pulp Fiction. It's like, everybody cool, no one dies, just
yeah.
and
I gotta
that's-
rewatch that classic, man.
Yeah, that's
So
how
good.
the waitress, being the smart waitress she does, like fucks up his order.
Yeah.
So he's like, he drinks the coffee, he's like spits it, and then he comes back, and and then shoots all the bad guys except for that guy who has like a shotgun. And I think that's the showdown in there.
Right.
Like, do you feel lucky? Of course, I think he's got backup at that point. Like,
they're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but he wants to take care of it.
He's badass. Yeah. He wants to go for it. Like, yeah.
And the fact that he walks out, the walking that Clint Eastwood did in that movie, so iconic.
Oh, yes.
There's something about like him. There's something about him.
John Travolta.
Yeah,
he strut. John Travolta can strut, man.
But what I'm saying is like actors back in the day, like Clint Eastwood. I want to say Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke, and some other films, and then some other actors. I want to say Charles Bronson was kind of like this. They wouldn't react quick to everything.
It's that non-reactive hero.
Yeah, it's like things would get so bad,
right?
And then they're just kind of like walking slow,
in control of the situation.
They're
there's
acting,
not reacting.
There's this like repressed acting, and it's like they're holding themselves back. Right. And it almost draws you in more like, dude, hurry up.
They're maintaining their composure.
Hurry the fuck up, dude. Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's like nowadays. Acting is kind of more acting. Like when you're watching Leonardo DiCaprio act, it's like he's just like so much. It's so much emotionalization.
We got to take it to a 10, right, or 11.
Yeah, I mean, you think about him. You think about him in Inception. You think about him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like that's
the movie he gets eaten by the bear.
Yeah, and then like Robert De Niro kind of started that,
or Django Unchained, where he's like at the table and he cut his hand up.
Yeah. You look back at like Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando was like kind of like that, like the Clint Eastwood style of like repressed. You don't overact.
Right, but then when you get to the part where you yell Stella, that's more impactful.
Exactly. Yeah.
It finally bursts through the scenes. Yeah. You've got this tightly composed armor shell.
Yeah, that's when you know you're a great actor. It's like your moment to yell Stella. If it's impactful, you've done it.
You save it up. You build it. You don't just.
You don't Stella.
You just
the whole movie.
The whole if you're at 10, if you're at 10, right? Yeah. The whole movie. Where do you go? Well, you can go to 11.